Well, it really touches so many people's lives in a positive thing. When you're physical fit and you're getting your body back in shape the way it needs to be, just your whole life, your whole span just seems even better. You're happy, you're carefree, you got more energy, you're more stable, your mental capacity is just right where it needs to be, because you notice there's a lot of people that try to get in shape in the wrong way. They'll try diet pills, or they'll try starving themselves or something like that, and it is a huge problem for a lot of people.
Right. Most people just think, I'll cut back on my Doritos and I'll eat once a day, and you may lose some weight that way, but for long term and for it to be healthy, you've got to add exercise in there. If you ever hear something and it guarantees something, that is a red flag. There is nothing a guarantee. Particularly difference between men and women exercising. My husband stopped drinking regular soda and switched to diet soda. Well, he dropped 20 pounds in a month, and he was not an overweight guy. But men's metabolism is different than women's. So if your spouse, husband, wife, is your partner and you're trying to lose weight together, ladies, do not get discouraged if your man loses weight like that. And you lose 10, 15 pounds and then you hit a plateau. That is how our body works. You got to change it up. You have to confuse your body. Because if you just come to Zumba class and that's all that you do, your body's going to get used to it. Right. And so switching things up is going to be the best way.
There are all kinds of things we can touch on in this program, but I've even noticed like young kids have become obese. No activity. Back a long time ago, kids used to get out and play, but now you got all these games and all these gadgets and the iPhone, the iPad, and they just sit there on that all day.
My son is 6 years old, and this weekend was a beautiful weather outside, and he probably played his Wii for an hour or so, and I said, okay, that's it. I don't care what you do, but you have to do something outside. And so we got the soccer ball out, and we kicked around for about 20 minutes, and then he wanted the football, and he wanted to throw that, and then he wanted the baseball, and I didn't care, just as long as they're up and moving. And usually that means you've got to be moving with your kids, and that's why I know as a parent, and I'm tired, you're out of my hair for a little bit. And and there's some good exercise. There's Zumba Wii on the game. I mean, there's some great exercise components to this digital world that we have now.
Right.
And that's a nice, I think, something to use when it's raining outside or, having sleepover with the kids and a fun activity. And these info commercials to do stuff at home and buy the DVDs, that's fun too, but I tell you what, that's going to die down real quick. If you're not a self-motivator, that's going to collect dust on your DVD player too. Getting out and meeting new friends and meeting new people and having accountability, that's what's going to keep you going if you're not a self-motivator.
Well, you hear the commercials all the time. Get up, get moving, get active. But if you're still just sitting there, it ain't doing you no good. I mean, you get out and take a nature walk. Get out and, just do a little physical exercise. There's different places that you can do this. You can go walking through the park. Of course, number one, you can go to the Baptist Fitness Center. Family Fitness Center and work out there and do the Zumba, but don't let it stop there. I mean, just continue. I mean, get out and enjoy life. There's more to life than just sitting and looking at the walls. And I've noticed it causes so much physical trouble for people. I've seen little kids now on type 2 diabetes taking sugar shots,
And a lot of that has to do is, what are they eating at home? And it goes a lot about diet. Before you do any kind of diet, I would suggest talking to a nutritionist. There is a nutritionist at the hospital, the fitness specialist at the gym. But getting your kids involved and you setting the example for your kids, because if you don't do it, why should your kids exercise if you're not exercising? My husband has taken up running as a hobby, and He did his first mini marathon last year.
Oh, that's great.
This coming Saturday, there's a 10K race. I mean, that's something your family can do together. Maybe it's not a 10K, maybe it's a 2-mile walk, run, or finding different activities to do as a family.
Exactly. And you know, you can do all kinds of little tips to make you in better shape, you know, like switching from the pop to the water. Because, you know, a lot of people, they'll drink like a 6-pack of sugary pop a day.
Easily.
Yeah.
And you just don't, you know, most plastic containers, it's 24 ounces, and that's 2.5 servings. And it's just, you just don't think about it. I had a Mountain Dew and a bag of Reese's for a snack one day, and I just happened to turn and look at the calories. It was over 500 calories for just those 2 little items. And you just don't realize how much you intake. If you're doing 0 exercise, that's going to accumulate, and that fat's going to add on. And fortunately, I do not have diabetes. I'm borderline, where if I do have something sugary, then it's going to bottom out, and lightheadedness and dizziness. So just because you're not a diabetic doesn't mean you have to not pay attention to your sugar intake.
Oh, that is so